Namaskar friends. Chemical pesticides in IPM philosophy. IPM philosophy में रसायनों का क्या योगदान है, वो क्या होते हैं, उनको कैसे प्रयोग करना चाहिए, इसके बारे में हम आपको इस वीडियो में कुछ अपने विचार बताना चाहते हैं। दोस्तों, chemical pesticides are not only panacea. Panacea means Rambal for the management of pest. There are many other methods also which are non-chemical methods which can manage the pest population in a ecosystem, and the chemical pesticide must be used only as an emergency tool, as a last resort. This is the principle of using chemical pesticides in IPM. Pesticides are harmful to our health and environment. There is no good or bad pesticides. All the pesticides are poisonous and they are harmful to our health and environment. All organisms of agroecosystem are not pests. Pesticides don't help to enhance the crop yield. Pesticide फसल को बढ़ाने में कोई अपना योगदान नहीं देते. They can only kill the pest population. Pests are not only the factors responsible for or to reduce the crop yield. फसल की पैदावार को कम करने के लिए सिर्फ पेस्ट ही एक कारक नहीं है, बल्कि there are many other abiotic factors also which contributes a lot to reduce the yield of crops. Pest population below ETL is also needed to maintain the ecological balance in the nature or in the agroecosystem. Pesticides are more harmful than the pests. Food security and food safety must be ensured simultaneously, साथ साथ. फूड सिक्योरिटी और फूड सेफ्टी को साथ साथ इंश्योर करना चाहिए. Next, pesticides are poisonous. They should be used safely. There is no good or bad pesticides found available in the country. All pesticides are bad. They are poisonous. They are harmful to our health and environment. The pesticides are not being used nowadays, but they are being misused by the farmers. They are being used indiscriminately without assessing their needs in the field. Pesticides are handled by the farmers without recommended methods or without any precaution prescribed for them. Pesticides have become the symbol or status symbol for the farmers. Means the farmer who are using more pesticides, they are treated as good farmers. But they don't know that all the pesticides, they are harmful, and they must reduce the use of chemical pesticide in their field or in agriculture. Pesticides are getting adverse effect on are giving adverse effect on biodiversity, particular crop ecosystem, many beneficial organisms found in agroecosystem, they are killed in mass because the pesticides are used indiscriminately. They are not used by assessing their needs. The farmers are not actually calculating the economic threshold level. They are not observing the crop field before resorting the chemical pesticides. So these pesticides are not being actually used, but they are being misused by the farmers. Let us not misuse the pesticides, chemical pesticide, and the farmers must reduce their use in the agriculture. Pesticides have been proved as a boon for achieving the food self-sufficiency and green revolution in food production. But other side, the pesticides have failed, and many occasions they are giving the crop failure status or situation in the crop. So regular use of pesticides sometimes not give the good result, but it may also give the failure of the crop. So it is not always boon. Pesticides are not always boon. वरदान नहीं है. Pesticides do not care for our health and environment. Indiscriminate use of pesticides have resulted crop failure or at many occasions. Earlier, the pests were considered as potential threat to biosecurity, but now the pesticides are also being considered as a major threat to the biosecurity. The schedule-based application of chemical pesticides is neither needed nor required for enhancement of crop yield. Pesticides are more harmful than the pests. Pesticides do not discriminate the good or bad organisms found in the agroecosystem. They will kill all the pesticides, all the organisms found in agroecosystem, whether they are good or bad. So we must use pesticide by taking all kinds of precautions that we do not get any adverse effect of chemical pesticide after using them. Liberal and indiscriminate use of chemical pesticide have resulted several ill effects associated with health and environment. Other problems such as pest resistancy developed in among different pests, several towards several pesticides. These problems we have observed, we have noticed on several times. First, the chemical pesticides have entered in the food chain of our cattle and human being, and they are giving several types of loss through disease, etc. So let us take precaution while using the chemical pesticide. This is the basic theme of IPM philosophy. Friends, during 1950-51, only 250 metric ton chemical pesticide consumption of chemical pesticide was only 250 metric ton, which reached up to 75,000 metric ton during 1991. Later on, IPM program was implemented and the reduction of chemical pesticides was noticed up to 39,773 during 2005 and 6. Later on, several pest problems emerged and the consumption of pesticide again rose and it reached nearly about 40,000 metric ton up to 2009-10. It has become static one. After 2010 and 11, it reached, there was a slight enhancement in the consumption of chemical pesticide as it was 55,540 metric ton, which also became static for several years because of the outbreaks of several sucking pests in cotton and yellow rust, etc. in wheat, etc. Later on, the consumption of chemical pesticides enhanced up to 60,000 metric ton during 2013 and 14. So this was the pattern of chemical pesticide after 1950 later on. Similarly, the consumption of biopesticide, which was nearly 123 metric ton during 1994-95, which reached up to 6,274 metric ton in 2013-14. This is the pattern of consumption of chemical pesticide in India. So by seeing the consumption of chemical pesticides, there is a need to promote the IPM technology, to disseminate the IPM technology among the farming community in big way. Thank you very much.